In this last lecture of orthopedic rehabilitation protocol, the ankle pathology we will discuss is the Achilles tendon rupture. The Achilles tendon rupture is the complete or partial tear that occurs when the tendon is stretched beyond its capacity. When the tendon is stretched beyond its capacity, it becomes stretched. The partial or complete tear occur. It occurs due to any cause in sports activities. The sign and symptoms of Achilles tendon rupture are follows: sudden pain in the back of the ankle or calf muscles, often sliding into a dull edge. Dull edge means dull pain, sudden pain or gradual pain after this. A popping or snapping sensation is also a sign. Swelling on the back of the leg between the heel and the calf muscles. Difficulty walking, especially upstairs, and difficulty rising up on the toes. Sudden pain, popping sensation, swelling, and difficulty in the movement are the signs and symptoms of Achilles tendon rupture. We can do many tests to diagnose the Achilles tendon rupture. The first test that we do is the Thompson test. In this test, patient prone with the heel hanging off the edge of the bed, squeeze the calf muscles by the physiotherapist. Normally, you should observe a plantar flexion of the feet. If there is absent plantar flexion, then this is the positive sign of Achilles tendon rupture. This is the Thompson test, and this is the picture for this. Squeezing the muscles, the normal sign is plantar flexion. If there is no plantar flexion, then this is the positive sign of Achilles tendon rupture. The second test we will do is the gap palpation test. In this test, patient also prone and the course of the Achilles tendon is palpated along the continuity of the tendon. Palpate any gap in the set continuity. If there is any gap along the tendon of the Achilles, then there is a positive sign of Achilles tendon rupture. Gap palpation test. This is the test. Thompson test, gap palpation test. The third test is the Metles test. In this test, patient also prone. Ask the patient to flex the knee to the 90-degree and observe the feet position. Normally, the feet will stay into slightly plantar flexion. Feet will go into neutral position or dorsiflexion is the positive sign of Achilles tendon rupture. This is the Metles test. There are 3 tests to diagnose Achilles tendon rupture. Now, our main focus is to study the rehabilitation in the phase 1, second week after surgery. The goal in this phase is to protection and the wound healing of the repaired tendon. Intervention: we used boot in locked plantar flexion 20 to 30 degree almost, touchdown weight bearing using the auxiliary crutches. Assistive devices used. Avoid long period of dependent position of the foot during the first week to assist in the wound healing so that the wound become healed. And cardiovascular exercises, upper extremity ergometer circuit training for the blood circulation. This is the intervention for the phase 1. And in the phase 2, after 4 weeks, in this phase the goal is to normalize the gait with weight bearing as tolerated using the boot and auxiliary crutches, protection of the tendon and active dorsiflexion to the neutral position is essential. The goal is to normalize the gait, protection of the tendon and the active movement of the ankle joint. Intervention we do is the slowly wean from using boot. Begin by using 1 to 2 inch heel lift in tennis shoes for short distance. In this phase we have to go for slightly walking. Avoid overstressing the repair tendon while in a dorsiflexion position. Aggressive passive range of motion is also avoided. Intervention we do in the second phase is to frontal and sagittal plane stepping drills, side step, crossover step. These are the interventions. Active ankle range of motion for the muscles to in do in work. Gentle gastrocnemius and the soleus stretch. Static balance exercises. 2 foot standing, nose touch, ankle strengthening with the resistive tubing, and low velocity and partial range of motion for functional movement, squat, step back, and lunges. These are for the strengthening exercises we also do in the late phase of late second phase. Hip and core strengthening, pull exercises if the wound is completely healed. Cardiovascular exercises is also very important. In the phase 3, after 8 weeks, the goal in this phase is to normalize the gait on all the surfaces. Single leg stand with good control for almost 10 seconds. Active range of motion between 15 degree of dorsiflexion and 50 degree of plantar flexion. Good control and no pain with the functional movements. In this phase, our goal is to normalize the gait. Patient has good balance and have no pain in all the movements. Precaution in this phase is to avoid forceful impact activities. Any aggression can be avoided. Do not perform exercises that create movement compensations. If the gait become antalgic or any abnormality in the gait, don't perform that exercise that cause movement compensations. Intervention frontal and transverse plane agility drills, low velocity to the high if there is any improvement, active ankle range of motion, gastrocnemius and the soleus muscle stretching, multiplane proprioceptive exercises, single foot leg nose touches, ankle strengthening that we all this discussed previously, concentric and eccentric gastrocnemius stretching. Concentric when their muscle is lengthened and is contracted, shortened, and the eccentric in which muscle is lengthened, fully lengthened. Squat, lunges, step back exercises is also for the strengthening. Cardiovascular exercises is also play a very important role for the blood circulation. These are the exercises. Achilles stretches, you can see. In the phase 4, it's after 4 months. In this phase, we have a goal to good control and no pain with the sport specific movements. Precautions in this phase is to post activity soreness should resolve within 24 hours. Avoid post activity swelling. Avoid running with a limp. The patient have good balance and having no pain in the fourth phase. The intervention we do is impact control exercises. Begin 2 feet to 2 feet, beginning from 1 feet to other and then 1 feet to same foot. These are for the control exercises. Intervention movement control exercises beginning with the low velocity single plane activities. We start with the low velocity single plane activities and progression to the high velocity multi-plane activities depending upon the patient condition. Sport specific balance and proprioceptive drills for the joint positioning. Joint positioning, this is for proprioception. Hip and core strengthening exercises is also very important. These are for the lower extremity strengthening. Stretching for patient specific muscular imbalance. And last cardiovascular exercises replicate sports or work specific energy demands. These are also very important. And here is the end of our orthopedic rehabilitation protocol. Tell us how you find this playlist, how you find it useful. And this is our question. Symptoms of the Achilles tendon rupture is. Write the answer in the comment. Thank you.